Hey guys, it's Holly. I'm behind the camera.
This is Tim. I'm in front of the camera.
And we have some chicken pot pie that's crock potted, and we'll at some point share that recipe. But at any rate, the crust for the chicken pot pie is what?
Biscuits.
Biscuits. And the recipe calls for just canned biscuits, but we don't have those, so we're fixing to make some easy homemade biscuits. So Let's dig it in. So we need, first of all, 2 cups of self-rising flour. And then we're going to use a fourth, we can do that next, as 2/3 to 3/4 cup milk. Now, we don't drink regular milk here. As a general rule, we have only almond milk, and right now all we have is vanilla. So that would not be good in biscuits, so we're going to use canned milk. It'll be fine. And then we're going to use some butter. Butter makes everything. All right, so we're kind of going old school. All right, so we're going to start.
So how much butter do I put in here?
That's going to be 1/4 cup.
Okay, so about half of this stick?
Yeah.
And do I just plop it in, or do I have to cut it?
You can't just plop it in. We're going to actually cut it up into small chunks, like, little pieces.
Yeah, the butter's resisting me. It says I will not be cut.
Yep. Butter does not like to be chopped up.
Reminds me of when I was trying to put a worm on a hook when I was fishing. That worm kept fighting me.
Yuck. That was my worst part about fishing. That's actually what ruined it for me. Was when I realized that, the worm had to die so that I could catch a fish, which ironically would also die. Go figure.
Mighty tasty though. The fish, not the worm.
I was going to say what, the worm?
There we go. Got that. Put the rest off to the side for now.
All right.
I'm going to move on to the flour.
And again, this is self-rising flour. You can use all-purpose, but then you're going to have to add all the stuff like salt and baking powder and all that good jazz. Oh.
You said 2 cups, right?
Yes, 2 cups.
Okay.
I can't see you anymore, so got to get a bit closer.
Okay.
I'll see if I can
gotta be careful.
Yeah.
Okay, that's about a cup.
Yep. Let me get a little closer here, a little different angle.
As you can see, I would not make a good scientist.
Yeah.
But I make an excellent cook.
Good Southern cooks don't have to know science. They just have to know what tastes good. All right, and so now what we're going to do, nope, not the milk yet.
No?
So it's always a good idea. You don't necessarily have to do this, I suppose, but I think it would be kind of weird if you didn't. But you're just going to kind of cut that butter into the flour. And once you get it kind of cut up, then we'll show you. But he's using a meat masher. This thing is so handy for so many different things. But, like when my mom and my grandma used to make biscuits, they used a fork to kind of mash. There's my good Southern word, to mash the butter into the flour. But there are easier tools now.
Yep. So the problem that I'm having with a meat masher is I can't get all the way to the edges.
Yeah, it's a little too big for that. But it's good for the basic, getting everything done. So who knows? Maybe Grandma knew best after all. And the goal here is not to have it perfectly mixed. It's going to be sort of lumpy. You know why that is?
Because it puts little pockets of butter in the biscuits.
Yes. So when they bake, you're going to have these nice little buttery pockets. Whoops.
Yeah, I got to be careful about that.
We didn't see that.
See what?
And now we're going to start with that. Like I said, milk. It can be whatever milk you have on hand, but I don't recommend vanilla almond milk. That would probably not be good. So we're going to go with the evaporated milk, and he's actually just pouring it into a container here because we're not going to use it all. So some of that will go in the fridge. Okay, but we're going to start with about 2/3 a cup. And then we'll add more as needed, but we don't want to get it too soupy. So we start with 2/3.
That's about 2/3, I think.
That's more like half.
That's more like half?
Yeah, because I'm seeing it from the side here. So you need a little bit more. A little bit more. That's pretty good.
Okay.
All right, so we're going to go ahead and put that in. Oh, I
What?
thought of something important.
What?
We need to preheat the oven.
Oh, yeah.
425. How's the dough coming?
It's partly there. I think I need a little more juice. It just seems kind of dry.
Add some more juice.
Need to add a little more juice.
Moo juice.
That's about 3/4 of a cup, and I'm still got a little bit of leftover powder.
It might be almost time to break out your hand utensils. Now what we're going to do is put a little flour on the surface of that.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes you have to add more, sometimes you shake some off, it doesn't matter. But now we're going to get that kind of like molded into a ball. But we don't want to get it too warm. That's the key.
Warm?
Yeah, we don't want to get it too warm because that butter starts to melt. And we're just going to knead it gently. And then,
Gently?
Yeah, just gently, and then fold it over. It's kind of like back in elementary school in Play-Doh.
Do they still use Play-Doh?
Yeah, Play-Doh's still a big thing for kids. Yeah, we're going to pat it out to about 3/4 of an inch thick.
Our cutter.
Yep.
I got spray.
Yeah, just a little spray. My mom always used Crisco. And that's why I've got all these pounds on my hips. All right. And the key to a good biscuit is you don't twist the whatever you're using to cut it. You just push it straight down in, lift it straight up, and you get that nice little biscuit. You know why you don't twist it?
Why? Why won't you twist it?
Because what we're trying to do is keep the layers. And if you twist it, it makes the integrity of the biscuit not hold together right.
You mean the biscuit has integrity?
Yes.
Oh my gosh. I had no idea that food could have integrity.
I mean, Jesus was the bread of life, and he had integrity.
I guess so.
So shouldn't our biscuits?
I guess so. Oh, I got air in there. There it is.
There we go. That one did not want to be eaten. Yeah, you might want to sprinkle a little more flour on there. I think that's what happened. It got a little too sticky.
Yeah.
Just a little sprinkle. Did you watch The Shack?
Oh, yeah. Shaquille O'Neal was awesome.
Shaquille O'Neal. Not that Shack. Y'all, this is what I have to deal with all the time. Oh, goodness. Ooh, I'm beeping.
Yeah, that was a good movie. I really enjoyed The Shack.
And that whole biscuit scene, I love it.
Mm-hmm. So I got 6 biscuits and about to have 7.
Yes.
7-1 is going to be handmade.
Hand patted, smack that biscuit.
Mm-hmm.
And our biscuits are going in.
Bad boy biscuits.
Bad boy, what you gonna do?
And how long do we put this for?
Can you put that up one level? Last time
put it up.
they got a little bit. That's more like in the middle. Yeah, that's
I
gonna be
think it was
happier.
what, 15 minutes?
We're gonna do 12 to 15. We're gonna set 2 timers, one for 12, one for 15, and then we can decide if they're done at 12.
Okay, here we go.
See how they're looking?
And there's our biscuits. They look about half done to me.
Oh goodness.
I'm glad I didn't start a fire
We
yet.
didn't see that. Yeah, I don't think they're quite done.
But
They're still a little bit
let's
light.
just stick them with a poker, just to be sure.
Poke.
Yeah.
All right. So
I'm
back
gonna go ahead and
in.
pop them back in.
We have a second timer. So we're just going to let that timer expire and then they'll be ready.
And there's a few different ways that you can check your biscuit. You can use like these little toothpicks like I've done here. You could stick a fork in there if you don't have toothpicks. And then
Stick a fork in it.
Yeah, stick a fork in it. And then there's my favorite way to tell if a biscuit's good. You can just bite them.
Just taste it.
As long as there's no egg in the biscuit, you're fine. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and turn the oven off because we are done at this point. I could cook them longer, but what's the point? We're hungry now, right? They're a little brown at the bottom. They're still white at the top, but you know, it doesn't really matter that much. If you wanted to butter them up, you could just run like a little whisk of butter on the top of it, like some melted butter, and you get that nice golden brown look. Another thing you could do is you could put some cheese in the biscuit dough when you mix it and cut it up, and then you get cheesy biscuits.
But yeah, as far as the gold on top, we didn't spray with butter or put any butter on top. Yes, it might have made it taste, better by itself, but it's going to be mixed in with the filling, and we are trying to do what we can to be a little healthier. Not that I'm sure that you can make a biscuit healthy, but
I couldn't believe it when I saw a pat of butter was 100 calories. I was like,
a pat of butter is 100 calories. So we've already got like half a stick. How many pats is that? So at any rate, we just don't want to add any extra to it. So that's why ours are a little bit white on top. But all right, so now we're going to take a look at what it looks like when it's all put together. So we've got our bowl of, chicken pot pie filling, and you can be all pretty and just put it on top, but I like mine broken up. Looks so pretty, but I like mine broken up because I'm going to mix it up.
Yeah. You got yourself some nice chicken pot pie with biscuit.
There we go. Yum. You guys know you want some. All right. So until next time, and we think of something else that we're going to cook with y'all, but there's nothing better than some good old-fashioned quick Southern biscuits.
Have a good one.
Have a good one.